Did you know that the UK's prisons are so full that they're just letting thousands and thousands of criminals walk free early? Actually, their entire justice system is so close to completely collapsing. They're running at like a 98% capacity. They have been for ages now. They used to let their prisoners out at 50% of their sentence. That's when they'd get automatic release. Then last year, they dropped it to 40. Now they're pushing it down to a third. 1/3. That's the only amount of time you have to serve a prison sentence in the UK. Meanwhile, the prison population in England and Wales has basically doubled over the last 30 years. Can't even pretend to be shocked at that. We all know what's happened. So their brilliant solution is to just open the gates. What could go wrong? Don't even get me started on the whole "we can't build prisons fast enough" argument. You can. You can put up temporary facilities in months if you actually cared about public safety, but they don't. And here's the part of the story that should make everyone's blood boil. In July, they were actively planning to let rapists, people convicted of manslaughter and violent crimes, out at the halfway point instead of 2/3. Right-wing extremists, not really just normal people, called it out and pointed out that now victims would be terrified of bumping into their rapist on the street, and that every woman and girl in the country would be at a greater risk. They had already sent letters to over 8,700 victims in the victim contact scheme, warning them that their attacker's release date might move up. And that's only to the ones that were officially enrolled, so the real number is higher. So could you imagine that? Your rapist is in jail and you get a letter saying, we're at capacity, so he's just going to be let out early. That's no way to live. It's no way for a country to operate. How do you trust your judicial system, your government, your leaders? Complete erosion of public trust. But thankfully, after all of the backlash that has happened, of course there'd be backlash, and all the victims groups that refused to stay quiet, the government announced early August that rape, serious child sex offenses, and grooming would be excluded from this early release. Now we've got Andy Burnham, their prime minister. Sucks. He's defending this whole mess by saying, if we don't do this, the system will collapse and put public safety at a much greater risk. The irony is almost impressive. What a collapsing country. It's just pitiful to watch at this point.